quick little mini announcement before we start today's episode. To celebrate 100 episodes of The Completionist, we've got 3 brand new items just for you guys. We've got the Completionist Sigil and the Completionist 100 episode NES cartridge shirt. Now the cartridge shirt is limited edition, so it will be a rare buy and will go away very shortly. So limited quantities will be available. Act quick!
The third item, which I'm very proud to bring you guys, is the Completionist 100 video games poster. This huge 18x24 poster will allow you to follow my steps as the Completionist. Put this poster on your wall and mark off games you've completed like I have, and even write in your own Completionist rating underneath it.
But that's not all. If you buy the Completionist bundle, you'll get both shirts and a special exclusive variant printed poster at a better deal. This variant is only available if you buy the bundle. These offerings are limited, so act quick. You can make your purchases over at theyeti.com/thatonevideogamer. Like I said, act now, as all of this stuff is limited and will go away quick. Now, on to this massive movie-like review. Previously on The Completionist.
Gerard Dragon Rider Khalil is known as the Completionist, someone who for 2.5 years straight has completed 100 games, give or take a few. With his best friend Greg, Gerard has taken down some of the easiest games and some of the hardest games to come out into the gaming atmosphere. On the dawn of the 99th game being completed, something wasn't right. It seemed that Gerard was possessed by some type of demon. Greg, noticing something wasn't right, tried to get away, but it was too late. Demon Gerard absorbed Greg's soul. Now Gerard's true soul and Greg's true soul are trapped in a demonic dimension where they must complete Sonic 06 for their 100th game. Will Greg and Gerard escape the clutches of the dimension? Or will the demonic possessed Gerard destroy everything they've built thus far?
Yes!
Sonic the Hedgehog 06. Why have you forsaken us?
Hey man, have you seen Greg around? His car's been here all weekend and I haven't seen him once.
No, but you wanna know something even weirder? Have you been talking to Gerard lately? He's acting super weird.
I haven't really noticed anything. What do you mean?
Watch, look at this. Hey Gerard!
Yeah, dude?
Isn't Sneak King like the best game ever?
Sneak King is the best game of all time! Hail Satan.
Yeah, something's definitely wrong.
Hey guys, have you seen Greg? He was supposed to help me with the Super Scope sketch, and he hasn't returned any of my calls. Any ideas?
Something just isn't sitting right.
Oh god, we're trapped. We're trapped. We're trapped. I don't even know where we're trapped, and our hair is so unkempt.
Calm down. Everything's going to be just fine. Do you want to play the game?
No, I don't want to play the game. It's a plague. That game is a plague. Something happened to the Grumps when they played it.
Okay, hold on. A plague. A plague? Greg, I bought this game 2 weeks ago at a GameStop.
You should have just known.
Alright, well, after I bought it, I put it in my Xbox and I started playing. And then I just showed up here, which means the game...
It's possessed.
Exactly.
It's possessed. The only way that we can get out of this game is if we do some sort of exorcism or something.
Well, we can't really do much from within here, except there is one thing we can do.
Wear fun party hats.
There's not even party hats here. It's complete the game, Greg. It's what we do.
Oh, yeah. Party hats would really make this.
You know what? I would not deny the party hat notion, but...
Here goes nothing.
I'm gonna regret this one.
Wait, so are we doing the party hats or are we doing the game? I'll get ready.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 edition. There are several games that get suggested to us every single day, but one that constantly shows up time and time again has to be Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. I've never played it, but I know there's a lot of horror stories around this game, and tons of reviews have bashed it. Is the game really that bad?
But nope, this game is scary, Gerard. It's notorious for being one of the worst games in history.
How bad can it be?
Bad enough that the game was possessed by the devil and is using your body as a physical reaper of souls via video games.
I'll give you that one. Right at the start, we know that the game is split into 3 different campaign modes: Sonic, Shadow from Sonic Adventure 2, and the new Silver Hedgehog named Silver.
He's silver, so they named him Silver. Makes sense to me.
All 3 campaigns overlap onto one another, turning the plot into one big intertwined story. Each campaign features 3 different antagonists that push the protagonists to battle each other as the plot thickens. In the heavily inspired by Venice city known as Soliana, the Festival of the Sun is happening. I gotta say, at the startup, this game doesn't really even look like a Sonic game.
Keep talking, keep watching.
Princess Elise, the princess of Soliana, begins the inauguration ceremony, and as it starts, Eggman shows up and oh my, holy crap! Is that Eggman? Dr. Robotnik, aka Eggman? He looks incredibly photorealistic in all of the wrong ways. Oh god. Alright. Realistic looking Eggman demands that Princess Elise hand over the flames of disaster. Enter Sonic the Hedgehog at the speed of sound to save the day. Judging Sonic's history with Eggman, Sonic knows he's up to no good. The blue hedgehog picks up Elise and runs as fast as he can. Here, Silver's introduced and calls Sonic the Iblis Trigger. Shortly afterwards, Eggman catches up to Sonic and Elise and kidnaps her. Elise then throws Sonic a Chaos Emerald. Alright, sorry, I just have to stop for 1 second, but why do they keep resetting the locations of the Chaos Emeralds? I mean, I get that Sonic and his team can't always have full power all the time for the full 7 Chaos Emeralds, but there has to be a better way to do this. The biggest problem with the game's plot is that it's very overwritten. For the sake of this conversation, I'm going to explain the entire plot in just a few sentences, so here I go. 10 years ago, before the events of Sonic 06, the Duke of Soliana, Elise's father, worked on the project called the Solaris Project. While the front was an energy resource fund, its true purpose was the manipulation and study of a phenomenon called the Flame of Hope, aka Solaris, the sun god of Soliana. The idea was that if they could manipulate Solaris, they could time travel anywhere they'd like. Due to a huge meltdown which ended up killing the Duke and a lot of his men, Solaris split into 2 beings, Iblis and Mephiles. Iblis gets sealed inside of Elise, while Mephiles gets sealed inside of the scepter called the Scepter of Darkness. Essentially, if Iblis and Mephiles merge, then Solaris will come back and destroy the planet. Or something like that.
So, we know the whole story now. I just have one question. Why the hell is this a Sonic game? Holy crap, I imagine that there is a lot more you're not telling us to make all of what you said make sense.
The sad thing is, yes, I left a ton out.
So we know why Sonic is in the game, but why Shadow, Silver, and the other characters?
Well, Shadow's plotline is that he works for the President of the United States of America.
You've got to be kidding me.
Hey, don't blame me. Apparently it's canon if you played Shadow the Hedgehog.
No one played Shadow of the Hedgehog! Not seriously, anyway.
And Silver lives in the future when Iblis and Mephiles combine to create Solaris. The worst part about these timelines of the past, present, and future is that because Shadow knows how to use Chaos Control from Sonic Adventure 2, everyone can use Chaos Control with the Chaos Emerald. So that's how they explain the legitimate way of time travel in the game. So, everyone has their storylines. Sonic vs. Eggman, Shadow vs. Mephiles, Silver vs. Iblis, and all the colorful characters get involved. Surprisingly enough, no Big the Cat.
Well, that's probably the best news to come out of that, but I get a very touchy-feeling vibe coming from Elise and Sonic. Are we gonna get some animal on human action? I kind of want that to happen.
Are you guys ready?
I'm all for it, man.
No, I don't wanna. I don't think this is dangerous, and Gerard's might
It'll be
hurt.
fine. It'll be fine. Hey, Gerard, you want an ice cream sandwich?
Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
No, that's great. Good, take it. It's all yours. Now, Fraser, now!
this is your plan?
I'm pretty happy with it.
Oh, look what I found. It's a GameStop receipt for Sonic 06.
What did you just say?
Yeah.
God.
Oh, nope. Oh, God. I think he's dead.
Now, may I remind everyone at home that Sonic 06 came out a year after the Xbox 360 did, and it was deemed the first Sonic game to come out for the next gen of consoles, being pushed for PlayStation 3 as well. The cutscenes and trailers that came out circa E3 2005 made everyone very excited for the next gen possibilities. The game was called Sonic the Hedgehog to celebrate 15 years of Sonic games. This was the first Sonic game to be developed on the Havoc graphical engine. The final product? Far from what we were shown. Disaster struck after the reveal of Sonic 06, as the head of Sonic Team, Uji Naka, resigned. Shortly afterward, Nintendo handed out dev kits for the Wii, and Sonic Team took a step back and realized that they could not port their game over to the Wii. They now have to decide to make a brand new game ready just for the Wii shortly after its launch.
So, Sonic Team split into two teams and created Sonic and the Secret Rings alongside Sonic the Hedgehog. It no longer became about creating one good Sonic game, but creating two subpar Sonic games for hard deadlines. And the unfortunate events that led to the release of Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 swung into action.
So graphically, the game isn't half bad. It still kind of holds up pretty well. It looks like one of the first games made on the Xbox 360 and PS3, which it was, and again, it still holds up. I wish I could say the same about the people animations in this game. The Sonic cast looks well animated, but they put human beings as NPCs throughout the game, and let me tell you, they're filled with awful voice acting, if you even want to call it that.
Hey.
Sorry, what was that?
Hey.
Sorry, what?
Hey.
Perfect.
Need I mention that this game went on to sell several million copies on the Xbox 360?
I want to admit that I want to like the game's art style, but in conjunction to the art style, level design, and parts of the plot, it feels heavily influenced by previous Sonic Adventure games. Levels that are flooded with water, well, change the water and call it lava. Ultimate immortal beings that have some kind of liquid-based form? Take that from Chaos and give it to Mephiles. Playable cat with the first letter being B?
I thought you said Big the Cat wasn't in this game.
He's not, but Blaze the cat from the future is in this game. These all seem very nitpicky and dumb, but they do snowball out of control with the amount of straight-up copying that comes from the Sonic Adventure series. The music is probably the strongest element in this game. I'm a bit disappointed that Crush 40 did not do the main theme for it, but hey, at least they did All Hail Shadow, which is a fun time.
Wow, something good in this game. Never would have thought.
Not so fast, Greg. One thing that's just not acceptable, loading times. They are horrible. It's mind-boggling how bad these load times are. Even with the data installed onto the Xbox 360 to optimize the loading, it practically does nothing. And everything you do requires loading. Start a town mission? Load. Character gives you 1 to 2 sentences briefing you on the town mission. Load. Mission starts? Load. You win. Load. You fail. Load. Even the action stages, there are unavoidable loading screens that take way too long in the middle of the gameplay.
Alright, let's go with my plan. Gerard knows a ton of YouTubers all across the land. We need to dig deep. Someone who has extreme ties to Sonic 06, and somebody who wants to help Gerard.
I've comprised a list of several key YouTubers that we can contact and ask if they will help. We gotta just do it simple and clean. Cool? We gotta talk to everyone and anyone.
I like this.
No. Yeah, man, I would, except what I'm doing right now is pretty important.
No?
Nope.
Yeah, what do you want? You FaceTime me while I'm pulling off one of my classic store robberies at 2 a.m. Because Gerard owes me $20.
Yo, that's right, he does owe him money.
$20 is a lot to Josh. That's like lottery money to Josh.
Look, here's the thing. I just don't care.
Jesse, Gerard and Greg are gone, dude. They could be in danger.
I don't care.
Good. Now I can take all of Gerard's games.
Davis, stop taking Gerard's games.
You, Frazier.
Austin.
Hey, Austin.
I don't know, man. I'm a little busy.
I don't know what to do. I've tried literally everything.
I can't think of a single other person that is out there.
Ow. What's that for?
JonTron.
All right, let me get this straight. Greg is missing, Gerard has been possessed by some demon, and the only thing you guys have linking this all together is a GameStop receipt.
I know it sounds crazy, John, but you're our only hope. You're Gerard's longest standing friend. If it weren't for you, he wouldn't even be here doing what he's doing. You gotta help us.
Gerard, you bearded bastard. You could have been anything, man. You could have been an astronaut. You could have been a dancer, but you chose this life. Why'd you do it, Gerard? Why? Why?
So are you in?
What? Yeah. All right, I'm in. I mean, we know we bought a copy of Sonic 06, right? Sorry, can't say the name without getting a little sick. Do you guys have the game?
Oh yeah, right here. The game should actually... The game's sealed. In here. From the inside.
Is this the big one? Is this the big one? Why is it shaking?
I don't know, man, but I think I'm gonna get sick from this.
Oh, come on, not on the party hats.
I can't get it open. I can't.
This honestly sounds like some horrible, convoluted plot from some TV show or comic book or something.
Oh, wait, no, I got it. I mean, this is game number 100 for Gerard, right? Well, he picked a game that wasn't even done being developed. The game's cursed. That's why he's possessed.
So how do we stop it?
The ultimate sacrifice. We have to destroy 100 copies of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Do that many copies even exist?
It's a platinum seller. Don't know why, but it sold a lot of copies.
Great idea, John. I'll upload a video to Gerard's channel and have everybody send in their videos.
Great. Alex, while you do that, Frazier, you should go check on Gerard again.
Oh boy, the gameplay. Where do I even begin? Alright, well let's talk about Sonic staples. Common elements that have been carried in previous Sonic games that go through this one. And let's try to focus on the good first. Up on the chopping block first are the similarities of this game and Sonic Adventure for having two types of play modes. The Town Adventure Fields and the Action Stages. The Town Adventure Fields are designed as the main hub to drive the story. This area allows Sonic, Shadow, Silver, and any of the other characters you temporarily control navigate through the main story. This, unlike Station Square, is actually pretty boring. You can't revisit any of the levels once you've beaten them, which becomes really annoying towards the end of the game, especially with regards to power-ups, but we'll talk about that in just a little bit. In the Town Adventure Fields, there are missions you can participate in if you wish. I say that because you do not have to do any of these at all. You can flat out ignore these missions. One could argue that they show you how to play the game. No, they don't. It's just filler content gone wrong. There are a few that are interesting, but because of the loading times, you'll want to flat out ignore most of these. When you beat a level, you get to keep all the rings that you have with you as your currency, similar to what you use to buy things for your chows in Sonic Adventure series. These rings give power-ups for Sonic, Silver, and Shadow. Shadow and Silver's are pretty useful, but all of Sonic's power-ups are really weird and you'd never really use any of these. They're very situational. And the game is so glitched out that when you use Sonic's power-ups, sometimes the meter doesn't deplete itself at all. So you'll have infinite power-up usage, which in all honesty is very much appreciated. I think my favorite one is when Sonic becomes very small and you can jump infinitely over and over and over again. Why? Because it lets you glitch out through majority of the games to help you get S ranking much better. Trust me, when you're trying to get an S ranking on the harder levels and you don't want to lose your rings, this is a fantastic alternative. Another common Sonic element we have here is the ranking system for a stage. Now, this has actually been happening since Sonic Adventure, and it's been pretty adamant ever since with all the other series. When you beat a stage, you are given a golden Soliana medal. There's a total of 180 medals. Each stage has 5 medals to get. 1 for beating it, 1 for beating it with an S ranking, 1 for beating it on hard mode, 1 for beating hard mode with an S ranking, and 1 for finding all 10 silver Soliana medals. These medals are pretty hard to find, and there's even medals in the town adventure fields as well.
Just talk about the action levels already! Uh-oh, this is it. This is the big one! Commence Super Ultra Angry Video Game Jihad Collector's Edition!
Blood pressure, Gerard. Blood pressure. Okay. The action stages, believe it or not, handle worse than some of the other aspects of this game. At its core, this is a 3D platformer that will require you to use the basic skill sets that all 3 characters have to offer, as well as their sidekicks / minor character friends. Sonic's campaign is all about speed. That is, if Sonic could actually go fast. A lot of Sonic's gameplay is unpolished, buggy, and near playable. He handles so poorly that sometimes doing nothing at all is the right thing to do. What makes things worse is that most of Sonic's stages are split into chase segments in which you automatically run fast and cannot stop. This, hands down, is my least favorite thing about this f***ing game. When you're trying to get S rankings on levels, you'll go crazy because you f***ing played the whole f***ing level perfectly, only to get to the running section where you need to get an S ranking by not getting hit once, and you need to keep all of your rings and not die. Both objectives are practically f***ing impossible. Sonic moves so f***ing fast, you'll be hit by invisible f***ing items and f***ing enemies that aren't even f***ing there. It's f***ing bullshit.
Well, at least he's telling it as it is.
Shadow's probably the most normal and playable of the 3, as his levels are handled much slower and he does a lot of damage. I could really do without the driving segments, but they're not really required and you can just not get in a car. It does the job for what it's meant to do. As for Silver, this character is just flat out useless. See, the Havoc graphical engine was all about showing off the physics of the engine, and that's exactly what Silver's power is based on. He has the ability to pick things up and throw them into other things. Sounds pretty cool, right? Wrong. It is horrible. It is so bad. Okay, so it's kind of cool that you can dash float over things, but that's it. You will want to try your best to jump attack enemies like Sonic and Shadow do, but you can't. You just float into them and you die. In fact, you can't even hurt any of the enemies around you unless you buy an upgrade that lets you do an AoE blast. And that's all it is, an area of effect. Flying enemies, can't hit them until you use someone else to hit them with. Grab a box, throw it, great, hope it does something, because you don't know. I'm gonna take this explosive box right here and throw it at the— okay, you know what, F you. His campaign mode is so hard to get through because of how broken it is. There's a town mission where you need to collect 50 apples and put them into goddamn barrels. It's so hard to control the physics that you just have to spam picking them up and dropping them as fast as you can. This mission is so impossible that if you just fill up the buckets with 50 apples, regardless of time, and then you kill yourself, you win. You glitch it out and you get less than a second and you get an S ranking. See? Even the game does not forgive itself for how bad it is. Silver is the biggest pile of horse this game has ever conceived, and that's a f***ing compliment. And the side characters, the side characters. Tails and Knuckles are horrible to play as. Tails apparently has unlimited ring bombs that he can use to kill enemies all over the place. Great, except for the fact that those two are physics-based, which makes normal rings physics-based. So if you get hit, you explode rings all over the place. Instead of collecting them back up right away to protect yourself, you just push the rings away from you as opposed to collecting it. And the ring from Tails' bombs are fake, so in that moment, you freak the f*** out for not knowing which ring to pick up. Knuckles can barely fly, let alone attack enemies the correct way. If I had to play as Knuckles for more than one of these microsegments that they had to offer, I might murder someone. Rouge handles just as bad as Knuckles does. Hey, remember E-Gamma? Well, he's back, and he sucks too. Sure, you can one-hit kill enemies and have an infinite spam jump, but that does no good when every single enemy's hitboxes are completely screwed up. They just hit you, and you get hit. You can't do anything.
Oh God, Gerard, it's all right.
No, I'm not going to calm down, Greg. I am not. We're stuck in here because this demonic dimension is making us play this game to complete it, but it's so broken, I can't even comprehend to try and complete it. It's underdeveloped, Greg. Sonic Team full on ignored the QA team. The complaints were that bad. Okay, look, I understand that some of you out there actually love this game. Kudos to you, but I can't like it for what it is.
There, you laser clown. We'll make it out of this together. For those of you who are interested, not sure why, but there is some multiplayer. I wouldn't suggest it. Also, so much for being that positive outlook review show we've been for so long. One rant and that reputation is trashed.
Okay, well, we did what John said, so given that 99 fans of Gerard's destroyed their copies of Sonic 06, we can destroy this last one ourselves. And, yeah.
Do you really think it's gonna work?
We just gotta hope for the best.
In the possibility that you can actually beat Sonic's campaign, Shadow's campaign, Silver's campaign, and you get all the medals that you can get at this point, everything comes together horribly. We know that Elise has the flame of disaster in her, and we know that according to Silver, Sonic is the Iblis trigger. Well, how does Sonic ruin everything then, huh? Because Mephiles kills Sonic. Mephiles full-on kills Sonic, which forces Elise to cry, which then releases the flames of disaster Iblis to come out, and then Mephiles combines with it to form Solaris, the sun god, to wipe out the planet.
Great.
Oh, but don't you worry, Greg, because through the power of friendship, if everyone gets the 7 Chaos Emeralds together, we can bring back Sonic. This Unity Gathering portion of the game comes straight out from Sonic Adventure 2, and that's what we had to do before in order to stop the Ultimate Life Form from destroying the planet. Now we've got a sun god who's trying to destroy the planet, and the main character of the game is dead.
Next, you're gonna tell me that the Chaos Emeralds and True Love's kiss will bring back Sonic from the dead. Oh my god, they kissed, and he's back! True Love's kiss in conjunction with the Chaos Emeralds brings him back from the dead!
This boss fight, on the real, might be one of the cool things in this game, but at this point in the story, I'm just kind of over it.
Gerard, the completion bonus isn't working.
No, Greg, it can't be. Do you know what this means?
What?
Look, up to this point, I have 179 medals. I killed all the town missions, I beat all the time attack mode boss modes to get the S rankings, I got S rankings as Shadow, Sonic, and Silver. I did everything. The only thing that's left is for me to get the S ranking on the very last level of the last campaign. I'm almost there, Greg. Let me just crank out this last few moments for the last level to get the last medal for the last achievement.
Okay, this is it. Sonic, here I am.
I did it. I completed the game. There's nothing for completing this game. There's absolutely nothing for completing this game. I got achievements, and that's it. In previous Sonic games, you actually get a reward, but there's nothing. There's nothing for completing it, for spending all of these hours to get through this broken game. There's nothing. Hell is really in this game. There's nothing. The struggle is real. It is so real.
This game is so bad. Why? Why, Sonic Team? Why?
The hardest part about this game is getting an S ranking on every single level as Sonic, Silver, and Shadow. Shadow, to me, is probably the most playable and legitimately the easiest part to beat. A lot of these levels, in order to get S rankings across the board, will require you to take full advantage of the glitches in this game. I have no shame because this game shows me no mercy. It shows no mercy. The levels where you have to run straight as Sonic will drive you crazy. You'll get hit by things that aren't even there, and the whole point is to try and get S ranking. But how can you do that when you get hit by invisible things? In order to get S rankings on levels, guys, you need to have the highest score possible. And you can only get those scores if you don't die. So if the game is that impossible, it's that hard to actually beat a level without dying, you are forced to play for hours and hours and hours. To get an S ranking on hard mode on Silver's last level, it took me 9.5 hours to play through it. Too many random factors, guys. Too many random factors.
So burn this thing. Burn it, Gerard.
Wait. I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Don't you see, Greg? This is what everyone wants. Everyone wants me to burn this game for what it is. But I get it now. It all makes sense. This game is a piece of flaming crap. There's no denying that. But who am I to say this game should really burn in hell? This game brought me such great discomfort on multiple levels. I know there's tons of people out there who've experienced the same exact discomfort. But at the same time, I know there's also a lot of people out there that had an extreme positive experience with this game. A game like Sneak King, it deserves it because it was a game designed purely for promoting for a company of whatever it was. Sonic 06, it was a game intended to be a game. It tried to be a game with a flagship character from a franchise we all know and love. Sonic Team would have made a better game had everything gone according to plan.
What are you saying, Gerard?
I am not saying that Sonic and the Secret Rings excuses Sonic 06, but it does add to why the game came out very far from what it should have been. I'm saying, with that in mind, guys, I no longer want to burn games, because that's probably what got me here in the first place. From now on, games shall get the ultimate punishment of being given away for free to one of you guys at home.
So what do you give Sonic 06?
Oh no, we're still gonna burn this one though.
Alright boys, as soon as the tweets start coming in, I'm gonna give you the command to destroy the game.
Hey, how much longer?
This is stupid. Can't we just throw the box away or something?
No, look, the tweets are coming in.
I hate you! I don't care what you're thinking.
One of my old useless Super Nintendo games. Boom, there it says Sonic the Hedgehog 06. And that's how you do it.
Oh god, there's way more than 100.
Yeah, alright. This is it. We gotta destroy that last game. Let's go.
Oh, we're done! Let's get out of here! What is this?
Oh my god, Greg. It's the DLC. It's a song onto the hard drive right now.
No. It's got very hard mode and boss challenge. You do not want to do. You don't have to do this. You don't owe this game anything. You don't owe anyone anything except for me a party hat and Josh $20.
Don't you get it, Greg? I'm a completionist. No matter what I do, I have to complete this game, regardless of DLC, trophy achievements, grinding, anything of the sort. I have to prove to everyone that I completed it. It's my destiny, man.
Can we count on you, man? See you on the other side?
I hope so. All right. Let's do this.
It was, in that moment there, where the boys had realised what had happened. Gerard, the completionist, was no more. After completing 100 games, it was Sonic 06 that took his own life from him, his memory completely wiped. They all looked on as a dishevelled beardman walked away from the office. Fraser forgot how to eat for a month. Jimmy went back to work because he didn't really understand what was going on. And Alex refused to grow his beard any more than he had. As for Greg, he tried everything. He bought ice cream sandwiches, bought a bunch of teddy bears, he even completed the All-Stars pack, a feat that Gerard could never do. But nothing happened. A world without the completionist. Who'd have thought it? But maybe that's the whole point, right? Maybe it wasn't all the games that he was completing. Sure, he was just that one video gamer, but maybe the idea of the completionist was that if we all wanted to be, anybody could be the completionist. I know what you're all thinking to yourselves. Gerard promised us all that Donkey Kong Country 2 would be his last game, and that he would walk away from it all. Well, if any of you know Gerard, you'll know that he never backs down on his promises.
Yes!